Now at 6, we've been tracking strong to severe thunderstorms pushing through the region.
Plus, an update on residents of a Pittsburgh apartment building dealing with a broken elevator. And train lovers get a glimpse of a 1930s steam train rolling through the 4 states.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Yeah, we had a little break, but the severe weather is back in our area. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
All right, we still have a tornado watch that affects southwestern Missouri, northwest Arkansas, into northeastern parts of Oklahoma, and then a sliver of Kansas. As these storms continue to push through, we're going to chop off those counties as they kind of, the line of storms works through. Severe thunderstorm warning, we've got a cluster working in near Grand Lake, and then also a cluster working out. Currently, though, we are pretty much warning free. We have plenty of storms pushing through, but we're just kind of in the sector of storms that we haven't seen a lot of action. We've had several severe thunderstorm warnings. We have one funnel cloud with this storm, northern parts of Barton County, but that is greatly weakened over the past 15 to 20 minutes. But we do have a strengthening storm in northern parts of Ottawa County, so we want to watch that. So a cluster just south of Nevada, strong storms. These guys, here's Pittsburgh near Weir, has picked up a little bit. Rain picking up in Joplin, Galena, Baxter. This storm has strengthened a little bit, so we want to watch it, but again, not severe. And then we have this cluster which is working into Delaware County. Here's Grove, Grand Lake. All this will push into McDonald County and Newton County as we go through the next, half an hour to 30 minutes. Half an hour to an hour. Out across Kansas, your severe threat is done. You can see these storms working east. Here's 7 p.m. And once we get to about 8 p.m., pretty much out of here and then gone. Of course, we're going to have more details on what is to come as we go through here in just a little bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks, Doug. The elevator in the Stillwell Apartments in Pittsburgh has been out of service now for 4 months. We first reported on the problem back in March when residents with mobility issues and living on upper floors reached out for help. KOAM's Ember Jenkins learned today that the fate of the elevator is now in new hands.
Tenants in the Stillwell apartment building in Pittsburgh still want answers about what's causing the delay in repairing the elevator. According to residents of the 4-story building, the elevator has not worked since February. The building is operated by a nonprofit board. The tenants say they tried to get information from the board on the status of the elevator and when they should expect repairs, but the tenants say they haven't gotten clear answers.
It's not a city building. The city just stepped in and is trying to help out.
In April, the city of Pittsburgh stepped in to help the Stillwell Apartments repair the elevator.
It's tough for the Stillwell board to get some stuff like this done. They don't deal with elevators very often, and when they do, obviously, it's a problem for them. So we've been trying to help out, and we're getting there.
According to the city manager, repairs are held up due to shipping delays of a new elevator motor. The estimated cost of fixing the elevator is more than $30,000, a price tag the city is covering.
It's not a fast-moving process for sure, but the motor's been ordered. I think when they started working on it, they found some other damage, so that's been worked on. And right now, we're just looking to get the final repair completed. We'll do a post-inspection, obviously, make sure that that works out.
The city does not know when they'll receive the new motor. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
The president of the Stillwell Apartment Board says they made accommodations for tenants with disabilities while the elevator is being repaired. Carthage Schools introduces their new transportation director. Ryan Huntley brings the experience of 24 years of service at the Carthage Fire Department to his new role. Carthage begins his new career with the school district on June 24th. Arvest Bank is again trying to raise money to fund 1 million meals for local residents in need. The campaign is nearly over. It runs through the end of May. Donations to the campaign benefit 85 community food partners in Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Locally, those partners include Bright Futures in Joplin, Carl Junction in Carthage, the Good Samaritan Shop in Lamar, the Monette Community Kitchen, and the Newton County Food Basket Brigade.
Favorite things to do with the bank. I love it. It's different from, our sales goals and helping customers on their banking needs. We take in donations to help the community. In Joplin, it goes to the Joplin Bright Futures.
Every dollar raised provides 5 meals for hungry families. In honor of National Speech Language Hearing Month, the Oklahoma Department of Health wants to let new parents know they can get a free hearing screening for their newborns. There are currently 46 county health departments in the state that can assist with newborn hearing screenings, and you can find a link for them on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Train lovers got a glimpse at history today as the Impress 2816 steam locomotive rolled through our area for its final Spike Steam Tour. The Empress stopped briefly in Pittsburgh to change crews. It's traveling down from Kansas City. It's going to be en route to Shreveport, Louisiana. If you missed it today, here's some good news. The Empress is scheduled to travel from Heavener, Oklahoma, back to Kansas City on June 16th. Mark your calendars. Diamond takes on Kennett for the Class 2 State Softball Championship. John Dales is going to have highlights coming up later in sports. But first, the biggest celebrity in Kansas, outside of Doug Hetty anyway, celebrates 50 years of retirement. Brutus is celebrating its 50th retirement anniversary this year. The largest electric shovel in the world offers visitors the chance to travel back in time and dig into the history of mining. KOAM's Fernandez Silva has more.
The best job I've ever had.
And work with her hobby and loved every day of it.
These are some of the miners who worked at Big Brutus more than half a century ago. Their passion for their former workplace and co-workers, who they call family, is clear.
Every day you come to work, there was something different.
Once Big Brutus retired, they wanted to make sure new generations could enjoy the entertaining space.
There was a lot of interest in it, and people would come, tourists. There was always a lot of interest, even when we were operating. And the tourists would come and look at it, and you can climb all around it and everything. I want to see it build up and keep it going so my kids, their grandkids, great-grandkids can say, my granddad worked there, my grandpa did this, and all be dead gone, but they'll be talking about it.
For those who have never been at Big Brutus, just a quick reference to show you how big this machine is. I am a little bit over 5 foot tall, and this is how big it looks next to me. The museum is also a place for retired miners to excavate into their memories.
You had all the weather to contend with. If it was a nice summer night, it was great, but if it was raining or snowing, it didn't matter. That machine had to keep moving.
It was a lot of responsibility for one thing, and I really enjoy moving dirt. I like playing in the dirt.
A feeling that never gets old. In West Mineral, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Big Brutus Annual Fest is going to happen on June 1st from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. A little later, it's tournament time for the Crowder baseball team. John's going to have that story for us later in sports.
Plus, we still have the severe threat sticking around for the next couple hours. I'm going to have all those details coming up next.
Yeah, why?
Well, of course, we've been tracking severe weather throughout the afternoon hours. Over the past 2 or 3 hours, we still have a severe threat for about 2 more hours, and then things will start to die down. Highest threat right now is in the orange, so mainly southwestern Missouri, and then southeast Kansas, really starting to taper off just a bit. Tornado watch, and in fact, where you see the yellow, that is showing us severe thunderstorm warning. So we're looking at Vernon County, Barton County, into Cedar County, and then we're watching this cluster as well, which is pushing into the Grand Lake area and northeastern parts of Oklahoma. But you can see this line just exploding over the past several hours. We have had several severe thunderstorm warnings, even had rotation on a storm a little bit earlier in Barton County. But these storms keep flaring up, flaring down, flaring up, flaring down, because the atmosphere is very capped, highly capped, meaning warm air aloft once you get into southwestern Missouri. So that really prevents storms from firing up. So these storms are actually struggling just a little bit. But of course, we're going to have that severe threat sticking around. We have a cluster moving into the west side of Joplin, a cluster near Pittsburgh, severe thunderstorm warning with at least quarter-size hail moving into the western part of Cedar County. We had our storm tracker at 5 in Pittsburgh, and he's moved over toward I-49 and is dropping down into Carthage. So he's not in the middle of a storm, but let's see what is going on with Friends, Wallace. Yeah, a little bit of sunshine as well. So the atmosphere is still fairly unstable. So he's dropping down I-49, heading toward Carthage, but we're going to have friends out there as these storms push through. All right, back to radar. Let's take a tour. Zoom in. So here's Nevada. Nevada looking much better. So over toward Fort Scott, your severe threat is done. Strong thunderstorm, I-49, severe thunderstorm now pressing into western parts of Cedar County. You can see the lightning bolts. We're getting about half dollar-size hail and winds sitting at about 60 miles per hour. Let's track farther south. This guy near Pittsburgh has flared up a little bit, but just a moderate thunderstorm. And then we track south. Here's Carthage, Joplin, Neosho, Miami, Galena, Baxter. This cell's strong, moving into Joplin, but not severe. But we are getting a little bit redevelopment just west of this cell, so back in Craig County. So we're going to watch it, but it may press right through Joplin and not be severe at all. So we may get lucky on that one. However, let's go farther south. Big cells moving into Delaware County. So we need to watch from the town of Kansas up to Jay, up to Grove. These are pretty intense. And remember, these are moving northeast. So in line, you have Bentonville, northwest Arkansas, Knoll, Pineville, up to Anderson, Goodman over the next hour. All these storms are going to work out of here. Once we get to about 7:30, 8 o'clock, they'll be right about Table Rock Lake and zooming on out. So these storms are going to be gone. Then we look better, fine for the rest of the night. We don't have to worry about severe weather overnight. As we go into Wednesday, some scattered pop-up thunderstorms, non-severe, press through midday. Then we're fine as we go into the evening hours. Once we get into Thursday, Thursday's fine, but it's Thursday evening and night. Storms are going to drive in again, and those most likely will be strong to severe. All right, so thunderstorms tomorrow, non-severe. Thunderstorms late Thursday, Thursday night into Friday morning, severe threat. Severe threat again late Saturday, Saturday night into Sunday. So a very active week this week. Next week looks much better.
You'll get some rest.
Yeah,
and a lot of the rest of us will as well.
I know, it'll be nice.
We'll be at ease. Thanks, Doug. Hey, don't forget, you can be the first to know about today's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get those severe weather updates in straight to your phone. Doesn't cost a thing. Just search for KOAM Skywatch weather app. Community Blood Center of the Ozarks is hosting the Great Gas Card Giveaway Blood Drive. Rules are simple. You come into CBCO before this weekend, donate blood, receive a mystery monetary gift up to $100. Also, a couple of free tickets to an upcoming Springfield Cardinals baseball game. Go to KOAMnewsnow.com for times and locations. Still ahead, Crowder baseball leaves for the Junior College World Series in Colorado. And Diamond High School softball plays in the state championship game. John Dales has those stories and more. It's coming up next.
On Bosch.
We're in the final day of the high school softball season in Missouri, and one of our local schools is still standing. Class 2 state championship game in Springfield. Diamond faces Kennett. And the Wildcats lead 3-0 early, but the Indians answer back. Bottom of the fourth, Andy McAtee hits a single back up the middle into center. Then the biggest hit of the game to this point, Hadley Wilson hits a triple down the line in right field. Kennett scores 4 in the fourth, takes a 5-3 lead. Wildcats down to their final 2 outs, down 1 in the seventh, but Talon Reeder keeps the season alive. Hits a single into center field, that scores Grace Frazier. We're tied at 5. Bottom half of the inning, Kennett gets a runner on and tries to steal second, but Frazier fires a strike to get the out. With that play, we're going to extra innings. Now in the top of the 8th, Caitlin Surrey at the plate with 2 runners on. She gets a base hit into left field. 1 run will score. So will a second run. The ball then gets away, and Surrey, she's going to come in and score as well. The Wildcats take an 8-5 lead on that inside the park home run. Bottom of the 8th now, 2 outs. Surrey is on the mound, and she gets the strikeout to end it. The Wildcats score 5 runs in the final 2 innings. They come from behind and win the Class 2 state championship, 8-5 over Kennett.
And I just encouraging those girls, and that's just a team that buys in and they don't give up, and they're going to play their heart out until the last pitch.
Our team has a lot of grit. You know, we've tried to put ourselves in situations in practice to be able to try to work through this stuff. Like, we have a punishment if we don't do this thing. So it's just kind of working through, you know, tough times on the field.
Over to Missouri High School baseball. Nevada keeps its season alive. Tigers beat Aurora 7-3 in a sectional playoff this afternoon. They move on to the Class 4 quarterfinals. It's this Thursday against Blair Oaks. Lamar not quite as fortunate. Tigers fall to Forsyth 11-4 in their sectional game today. They finished the year 13-10 with a district championship. And for the 5th time in program history, Crowder College baseball is heading to the Junior College World Series. This morning, the Rough Riders leave Neosho and begin their journey to Grand Junction, Colorado, where the 2024 Junior College World Series takes place. Crowder has won 7 games in a row heading into this tournament, most recently sweeping Seminole State in the district championship this weekend. Head coach Travis Lalleman says the Rough Riders just need to keep doing what's gotten them this far.
Same formula we've had. You know, I think we got to get 15 outs out of our starters and then be able to turn it into the bullpen. Offensively, it is what it is. You know, it's a tough lineup to navigate. So if we can do what we've been doing offensively and we can score early.
Well, the first game for the Rough Riders in that tournament, 10 a.m. They play Blinn College on Sunday.
And what a great game for the Diamond Wildcats softball team.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A new United States Postal Service campaign looks to help people improve their mailboxes. Plus, the signs of skin cancer aren't as quickly noticed on people with darker skin. We're going to have tips on how to spot it. And concerns about the nation's power grid's ability to keep up with increased demand. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Jake's Fireworks in Pittsburgh served as our latest stop on the Great American Flag Swap today. People could bring in their old tattered flags and replace them with brand spanking new ones, courtesy of KOAM and Fox 14. The old flags will receive a proper disposal, of course. Our next stop on the Great American Flag Swap will be at Arvest Bank on 32nd in Joplin on July 2nd, just in time for Independence Day. Some severe weather in parts of the area still. Let's check back with Doug.
Yeah, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in Cedar County, which is strengthening. So this is pushing into the Stockton Lake area. All of our other storms right now are strong, but this cluster, Pittsburgh, pushing toward Lamar, has picked up a little bit. A storm right in southeastern Kansas and then working into the Joplin metro is strong, but not severe. But the areas that there's gaps between these storms, you're not going to get anything. We do need to watch this cluster pushing into Grove and Grand Lake, so these eventually will get into southwestern Missouri and also northwestern Arkansas. Severe threat sticks around for about the next 2 hours. We're actually streaming on the KOAM YouTube page and the KOAM Plus app if you want to join, if you are on broadcast side right now.
Keep it here or join us on YouTube. We'll see you right back here on KOAM News at 10. Be careful out there, and let's make it a great evening.